Yeah, okay. I've really been interested in anastomotic leakage for a long time. Perhaps I can say it very honestly because I had a lot of leaks when I was a resident, and I didn't understand why they were happening and why my boss at that time was unable to help me, except saying I'm doing something wrong. I tried to figure out what was I doing wrong. Well, that's sort of the background. So I have an interest in other things as well that have helped me, and that is, I think, the mindset of the surgeon, talk that I'm going to give this afternoon, as a matter of fact, or tomorrow, I'm sorry, has a lot to do with the way anastomotic leakages occur, because surgeons don't adhere to the rules. They know what they should do, or they should know what they should do, but they don't do it. Because of the press for time, they think they know better than anybody else. They don't want to read any instructions from anybody else. For instance, take the example of staples. It's well known and recognized that when you put a linear stapler on a piece of tissue, that you have to wait for 10 to 15 seconds for the tissue to creep out and even up so that the stapler jaws are parallel before you fire. No one does it. It's always click, clack, Kodak. That's one thing. Another aspect of anastomotic leakage that's due to surgeons that being in a hurry is the fact that they don't test for air leakness. It's such a simple test to do, whether it's what we call the traditional air test or the reversed air test that's becoming popular today with transanal surgery. It's so easy to do. If it works, well, if it works. If it's positive, we have a leak. If it doesn't work, that's not positive, the negative predictive value is not so high. But still. Yeah, I'm here at this International Colorectal Symposium in Jerusalem, 2020. And one of the talks that I'm going to give is about the surgical mindset and how that mindset influences how complications or intraoperative complications or even postoperative complications occur. And one of the aspects is the fact that surgeons are very egoistic people. They're narcissistic. They have a very strong ego. Egos are something that's good, but it can be bad. It can be even ugly. And sometimes bad aspect of a surgical ego is I know better than anybody else. I don't have to listen to what people are telling me. I know how to do this. I've done it many times and it's never had a problem. And people just keep on, surgeons make mistakes because of errors like that. My mission when I write a paper, when I write a project, or I run a project is I think surgeons have a basic role as researchers as much as being scientists as much as being practitioners. There's a lot of questions that have to be answered, and those questions cannot be answered other than by scientific research, well-conducted scientific research, which is something that surgeons have to learn, and they have to be a part of. It's like statistics. We have to know about statistics. That we cannot write a message without having the scientific background of what we're trying to say and trying to prove. Now, writing a paper is a way of diffusing information, and that information has to be correct. It has to be understandable without any ambiguity, and that is the most difficult part of medical writing. And it has to be reproducible, because people are going to use that information to do their own research, to do their own, take care of patients in that same way. So this is very important. My feeling about emergency surgery was, especially in France, or let's say in Europe in general, it was that emergency surgery was not a specific discipline. It was a part of general surgery. People did it, we were general surgeons, we did a lot of elective surgery. And then when emergencies came, well, we tried to do the best we could, but we had no formal education, no formal training in education, in emergency surgery. Especially what I think is most important today, I did not at the time, but this is one of the reasons why I wrote the manual, or started to write the manual, was that the decision-making process was completely wrong. We learned decision-making when we were residents by a mentor who said, in this situation, this is what I do, so you do it. Okay? But there was no thinking process behind that. And the thinking process of emergency surgery today is recognizing the situation, recognizing a pattern, recognizing what I am capable of doing and how I can do it, and then doing it. But above all, doing it. Well, I had a very special, my medical training was very special because I was supposed to go to Hopkins. I got into Hopkins, that would have been in the class, I would have started medical school in 1961. But in the summer of 1961 was a very special time. I was getting into medical school. Hopkins was a very good school. And I went to Europe to celebrate, like many college laureates at that time. But I never came back. So I went to medical school in Paris, but I didn't know a word of French. So it was a little difficult. So it took me twice as long to get. The French system was 6 years long. It took me 11 years to get through. Well, I would be replete if I didn't say laparoscopic surgery, of course. Minimal access. I don't like the word minimal as anything else but the minimal access, because it's just an access. It's not. It's always as invasive as anything else. I guess, yeah, that's a profound change. I think also what I'm trying to do in medical writing and medical research and having making surgeons conscious of the fact that they have to be scientists at the same time as practitioners. I think that also is perhaps not well known, but this is one of my holy grails. My best memory, well, today, my best memories of my time when I was chief of surgery is when I see my students and how well they've done. I have some that are professors, that are world-known experts. Some of them are here, as a matter of fact. One of them at least is here. The other one could not come. This is, well, it's a pride, it's a personal pride. It's not saying that I'm a good teacher, but it's something to be proud of. At least that I see something that I have done, and I see a result of what I've done.